very handily for me, one of my favourite bits, which I'd always quote during this sort of session, is from a certain prophet who you have a website named after. Who's the website? Your website? Yeah? Who's the prophet?
Micah.
Nice. And you have the beautiful, the Micah space, bear with me, sorry for ruining your things. And really good Bishop Peter and the Walking Humbly process, which your diocese is part of, all interlinked, bear with me. Those little three blobs next to the Micah space, JLH, unless I'm completely mistaken, please let me not be mistaken. What does the J, the L and the H stand for? Does anyone know?
Jesus loves heroes.
Could be, I like that one. What else does the JLH stand for?
It's when I was away.
Yeah, it could be anything. Anyone know? So know which bit of Micah it might refer to?
Love, hope.
Justice.
Getting there. What's the process at the moment? Walking.
Humbly.
That's the H. Justice. Basically, let's see it. It's this bit which says, "What does the Lord require of you, but to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God?" Is what it says. I would look it up. It's here, it'll be easier. I'll read out to you Micah 6:6-8, which is, "With what shall I come before the Lord and bow myself before God on high? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, with tens of thousands of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? He has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you, but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God?" And to me, I just think that's a beautiful and yet incredibly challenging bit of scripture, which is always in my head, not always, but whenever I think or I'm thinking about these sorts of things, that's kind of the text that I go back to. And when I did a spot check with people at work and said, "Got to talk about scripture and justice, what's your favourite bit of scripture about justice?" This one came up time and time again. But those three things, to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God. And actually to live our lives as authentic Christians, I think that's what we need to be doing. We need to be walking humbly with our God, because otherwise, where's it all coming from? We need to love kindness, which is through the way that we treat one another, but we also have to do it, we have to act justly. So that's not just being nice to everyone, that's really thinking about it. Sometimes justice is hard, sometimes justice is that going against the flow of things. Sometimes justice isn't the easy option. But the challenge is to do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with our God.